Do you save money so you can spend it? I do. And that's the secret to being able to have the life that you want. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the ways that I saved money this week and some of the ways that I spent it. I hope you'll stick around. Hi, I'm Bonita and I am early retired. I'm not old enough yet for Social Security. I'm living on a low income and I am living off of savings. And right now I'm spending the winter in my RV in the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas. I normally live in Kansas. I have frugal videos all year round, and I hope that you will join me this year in 2025 as we share ways to save money and live our dreams. Just a simple lunch today with a cheese and mayonnaise sandwich, 2 sweet pickles, and some homemade coleslaw. When people say you can have it all, I believe that, but I do think it has to be in moderation. And I do think we have to be smart with the way we spend our money so we can have the things that we want. I save in small ways so I can do things that I want to do and then not worry about the money because I know I saved somewhere else. I saved money on food in January and in February, and I still have food in the camper. And by eating what I have on hand, I'm able to spend my money in other ways. Let me show you some of the things I did this week. We finally had a nice morning, so one of the things on my list to do was to go to the Quinta Mazatlan. This is in McAllen, Texas. It is absolutely beautiful. They have a 1935 historic adobe mansion that you can tour, and I'm going to take you inside. It also has lots of walking paths, and it is absolutely beautiful and filled with palm trees. It is only $3 for adults and $2 if you are over 65. I didn't walk all of the paths because there are snakes here and I'm not a fan, but I did walk around a little bit and it is gorgeous. Let me show you a little bit of it. This part is called the Thorn Forest, and there are sculptures all throughout the park for you to enjoy, along with other hidden treasures. I even found Rudolph from Santa's reindeer. Now let's take a walk through the mansion. Wasn't that magnificent? So fun to think about what it was like in those days. It's hard to follow that, but I also went to Joann's Fabric. As you know, they are closing all 800 stores and they are starting to mark things down. I needed some embroidery floss to go with the kits that I ordered this past year, and I didn't have quite enough of certain colors, and it tells me on the kits what colors I need by number. So I spent about 2 hours this morning picking out the threads that I needed because some of these things are really hard to find. I looked on Amazon and I couldn't get the colors that I needed without buying a whole bunch for inflated prices. I remember going to Kmart to buy these as a kid and Ben Franklin. So I ended up spending a little over $27 getting 52 pieces of embroidery floss, and that was at 25% off. So if you haven't got in there and there's some things that you need, they have Christmas, they have all kinds of fabric, craft supplies, all being marked down. So get in there before they're gone if there's something you need, because like I said, I don't know where we are supposed to get some of these things. Maybe Hobby Lobby, I don't know. I haven't checked there, but it's getting harder and harder to find some of the things that we need as some of these businesses are closing down. So just doing those two things alone, that was a little over $30 plus the gas to get there. So you can see how quickly things add up. But we want to keep in mind that we need to balance that with savings so that it doesn't mess up our plans and our budget. And I had saved in other areas this month so that I could do some things like that and not worry about it. I like to be able to pick things up on sale and not worry about wrecking my budget. And when I'm constantly looking for ways that I can save in small ways, then when I find things like that that are on sale, it doesn't hurt my budget whatsoever. So I hope that you are able to do that yourself in your home, because some of those little things that we don't think cost much can really get away from us if we start doing a lot. Down here living in my RV, I still do a lot of the same things that I do at home. I don't turn on the air conditioner. I open the windows. I try to do things so that I can acclimate to the weather. Now, last year, I think I turned it on a couple of times for a few hours, and that was it, when a lot of other people had their air conditioners running constantly. But I find if I can slowly acclimate myself to those temperatures, again, when I go home, I don't feel like I need to turn on the window unit, and I'm able to save in those ways. I do the same things here. I put up blinds if I need to keep some of the sun out. I even have one that I will hang up with binder clips across my screen door to still let the air in, but to let some of that heat and the sun beating down be blocked. And that makes it comfortable for me and the cat. He has some shady spots that he goes into, and it's 80 some degrees today, and I'm sitting here not sweating, perfectly comfortable. The windows are open, the screen door is open, and I am not running the air conditioner. So those are some of the things that I do to cut back. Down here, my electric bill will run between $54 a month and $64 if I have to run like that space heater for a month. But at home, our whole house for usually only runs about $79. So for me to have an electric bill of 54 to 64 in just an RV, I think that's kind of high. So I'm constantly trying to be careful with having things plugged in and using things that use resources, because I know that's going to come out of my fun money. Last year when I came down here, my first impression was that most of these people had more money than me and was able to spend more freely than I was. And now that this is my second year and I've gotten to know people even more personally than I did last year, I realize that is not the case. Most of the people here are frugal. They're careful with their money. They plan what they're going to spend money on and what they are going to pass up spending money on. They are very careful because they have a house in another country or another state, just like me. They have other expenses besides this little winter getaway, and they are living down here during the winter, not vacationing, wintering down here. They're still cooking for themselves. Sometimes they go out to eat. Sometimes I go out to eat. But they pick and choose what they do so that they can maintain this lifestyle because it's the lifestyle that they want. Most everyone down here cannot take the winter. It is hard on us when we come from like Canada and it's 40 below zero, or even Kansas that had negative numbers. And we want this lifestyle to continue. So we are very careful, we plan, and we make choices. And I don't feel bad about telling someone, no, I'm going to pass this time. My mother in law asked me to go to a museum with her and some friends on Saturday. A lot of times I tell her yes, but this museum was going to cost $20 to get in. And I decided I could spend $20 in a lot of different ways other than just admittance to a museum. So I did pass on it. So picking and choosing what we do, it's our money, it's our choice. Don't feel bad about telling someone no if you have some other things in mind that you would rather spend your money and your time on. So I hope that this helps you to know that we're not alone. There are tons of us frugal people out there. The two viewers that I was able to meet this season, they were both frugal in different ways, but they had special things they wanted to spend their money on and special things that they saved on to make up the difference. And that's what it's all about. So I hope this video has encouraged you to save in those small ways so that you have the fun money to do the things you want to do or catch those sales you want to catch when they come up. Thanks for watching today. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and I hope to see you in the next video.